Hello everyone, my name is Shrutika. I am student from Ubiquitous KBT College of Engineering. I am going to tell you about ubiquitous computing. So let's start. So my topic of presentation is ubiquitous computing. So in this presentation, we are going to see what is ubiquitous computing, how ubiquitous computing works, what are the challenges in it, what are the application of ubiquitous computing. So before going to ubiquitous computing, you must know the definition of computer. So what is computer then? Computer is nothing but a device which takes input data, process the data as per instruction and produce output. So what is a computer? Computer is nothing but a device which takes input data, process the data as per instructions and produces output. Means you can say that every device which takes data from user and then process the data as per your instruction and produces some result or the output is nothing but the computer. So I hope that you understood what is a computer. Next, we have to see what is ubiquitous computing. So what does ubiquitous computing say? Meaning of ubiquitous computing is nothing but the presence of everywhere of computing power. Computing means computer. Ubiquitous means present of everywhere. So ubiquitous computing means that presence of computing power everywhere. You must have heard about the concept of smart home. You must have heard about the concept of smart home from movie, internet, or in real. If you haven't yet, just Google smart homes and you will see pictures where a guy can control various electronic devices such as AC, fan, TV, light, security of home, etc. from a single device and from anywhere. So all these devices are smart devices. Why they are smart devices? Because every device can sense the data. To sense the data, it uses sensor. Next, processor. This device also process the data. To process the data, there is processor inbuilt in that device and some electronic circuit to produces the output. So you can see in the picture of smart home, you can control on off light, fans, and on off light of fans. To change the TV channels. You can use the ubiquitous computing by using a single click. So you can control the security of home also and control the AC and so on. This is nothing but the concept of ubiquitous computing, presence of computing power in the surrounding or everywhere. So if you will three things, that is nothing but the sense, process and generate some output in any device, then it becomes computing device which help you to build ubiquitous environment, ubiquitous surrounding. And one person can use many computers. Here I wrote one person can use many computers, and this device produces the ad hoc network or WLAN to communicate. Ubiquitous computing, also known as pervasive computing. Working of it, how it works. As what I said earlier, that there should be presence of computing device everywhere to achieve ubiquitous computing. So for that we need smart objects. We need to implement smart object. For that we can convert every ordinary object such as bulb, fan, AC, motor, washing machine, oven, etc. into smart object. For that, so for converting these objects into smart objects, we need three properties into that ordinary object. That is, first, sensing, processing and produce some result or output. So sense by using sensor device. The ordinary device can sense the data by using sensor device. Process by using advanced electronic circuits like processor. Results, and last one is results, and results may be in electronic form or in a mechanical form by the use of actuators. What are the challenges in next point is what are the challenges in ubiquitous computing? So starting with the first is hardware. So availability of hardware, as I said that make a bulb smart. So so to make bulb smart, we have to implement the three properties into the bulb. As the body of bulb is small, and we have to implement the three things or equipments into it, as we have to insert the sensor, processor, and they have also their size and also consuming powers. So for that we have to, this is the challenge of hardware, and for that we have to enhance the electronics. In enhancement of our electronics is important, which gives us a small size of things like sensor, processor, electronic device that takes or consumes a less power. Along with the next point or next challenge comes is networking. Now devices become smart, then next challenge comes in networking. We have to establish network between the devices, smart objects, and need to produce the ability between them to connect anytime as we need it. Big data. So as all devices are connected to each other, they are sharing their data, and every single device is sharing their data. Data consider, suppose we have to consider the data of bulbs. There is many bulbs in the house, and all are sharing the data. All fans are sharing the data. All washing machine sharing its data. Oven is sharing their data. So multiple devices are sharing their data. This concept is nothing but comprises with the big data. This is nothing but the big data. Now, cloud computing is arises with the big data to store or centralize data. So, cloud computing challenge is arise. Mobility, for the mobility challenge, consider the example of smart car. Smart car detects the signals, barriers in the road, persons in the road. So, reliability. What is reliability? In that, what is reliability challenge? Your network must strong and ensure that it may not go down or slow down. Interoperability. All devices must be connected to each other for ubiquitous computing. It is necessary. And most important is security. You must be in secure. Your data must be secure. Your, because it is used in authentication process also. Ubiquitous computing uses everywhere. It can be used in everywhere. So what are the applications? So let's start with the application. What are the application in ubiquitous computing? So where does ubiquitous computing is being used? First, as I now say, as it used in personal identification and authentication. Take the example of smart car again. The smart car again. If you come into a parking, your car identify you by performing some authentications, and it will open the door. And this is the best example of authentication. And the next example is your door authentication, your home security for door. This is also the example of uh, um, authentication, personal identification and authentication. Next, it can be used in healthcare, transport system. As I have told you the example of smart cards, smartphones, smart homes. It is used in smart homes. I have shown you the picture of smart home. Next, in it can be used in defense industry or industrial production. Maybe it can be used, and material management means that ubiquitous computing is everywhere. Computing can be used in everywhere. So thank you guys.